I had no idea that Tyler Perry Studios' schedule was so drastic. If you're working on a regular network show, they take a whole week to film an episode. Tyler Perry Studios, they film an episode in one day.
And the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100 grand to take my clothes off.
Just be as calm as you can.
Tyler Perry just got slapped with a $260 million lawsuit, and the explosive claims inside could scorch the billion-dollar empire he built from the ground up. The paperwork says it's not a creative dispute, a jealous rumor, or a Hollywood hit job. It's a story of power, secrecy, and a pattern of behind-the-scenes behavior that may finally be seeing daylight. So how did the man once praised as the blueprint for Black success end up at the center of accusations that echo every warning Katt Williams ever shouted from a stage? Stick around, because each chapter pulls back another layer of a world most of us never get to see. Everyone knows the public fairy tale. Once homeless, Perry wrote Madea into a stage sensation, parlayed that hustle into films, then opened a 330-acre studio in Atlanta, larger than Disney, Warner Brothers, and Paramount combined. Media outlets crowned him the very definition of Black excellence. But success stories usually have a director's cut we're not shown, and it's that unseen footage critics are begging us to rewind. Perry's tight grip schedule, shooting an entire TV episode in a single day, has long drawn side-eye from actors who say the grind isn't just about efficiency, it's about control. And when control meets unchecked power, darker possibilities creep in. Yet nothing rattled the industry until a comedian cracked the first door open. Katt Williams never cared for polished Hollywood handshakes. For years, he's claimed certain gatekeepers only let Black men rise after they've been stripped of their dignity, often through roles that emasculate or stereotype. In multiple interviews, Katt singled out Perry, calling him a drag queen with a predatory taste, and insisting the praise piled on Black excellence sometimes hides the worst impulses in the room. At the time, folks laughed it off as routine Katt outrage. But comedy is a blunt instrument for ugly truths. And when Katt says, they'll label you crazy when you tell the truth, Dave Chappelle's public battle with the machine suddenly feels like Exhibit A. Till a stand-up routine is only smoke, until someone shows up with a receipt. Actor and voice coach Brandon J. recalls landing a wholesome teenage part on Meet the Browns.
Here's a story time about how filming Meet the Browns was the most stressful and hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. I had no idea that Tyler Perry Studios' schedule was so drastic. If you're working on a regular network show, they take a whole week to film an episode. Tyler Perry Studios, they film an episode in one day. The character was Jeffrey, a fat high school teenager who was very intellectual, who was getting bullied at school. I take 2 to 3 days to learn the entire script. On the day of filming, first thing we do is a table read. I know all of my lines. I'm ready to go.
The night before filming, Perry allegedly burst onto the set, tossed the original script, and rewrote Brandon's character as a gay teen crushing on his bully. Brandon says the rewrite wasn't about artistic inspiration, it was about testing boundaries.
So the director, who is Alfonso Ribeiro Carlton in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he starts to block us, telling the actors where to go, where to stand. Mr. Perry comes in, everything changes.
He'd spent days memorizing lines, only to be told, do it or be fired. That sudden pivot sparked whispers. Was the role change genuine storytelling, or a pattern of bending young actors to fit a private agenda? Brandon's TikTok confession racked up hundreds of thousands of views, reinforcing Katt's warning about forced emasculation, because if you can rewrite the script overnight, what else can you rewrite? But TikTok views are child's play compared to a 46-page lawsuit. On June 18, 2025, actor Derek Dixon filed a 46-page complaint in Los Angeles Superior Court seeking $260 million in damages, accusing Perry of a multi-year pattern of harassment, assault, and retaliation. According to Dixon, the saga began at a 2019 studio event where Perry allegedly plucked him from the crowd, promising big things. Those promises materialized. Bit parts on Ruthless, then a regular slot on The Oval. Yet the lawsuit claims every opportunity came with strings. The most graphic incident? A night in January 2020, when Dixon says he woke in a guest room at Perry's Atlanta mansion to find the mogul touching his thighs. He refused, but the messages, favors, and suggestive late-night check-ins allegedly continued. Perry's legal team calls the case a scam built to extort, insisting the texts are cherry-picked and the timeline contrived. But the texts alone weren't what shook Hollywood. It was the pattern hidden between the lines. Dixon says Perry told him he wanted a real-life partner who mirrored the desperate, dependent character he wrote for him. Dale, the homeless store clerk in the Oval who sleeps his way into shelter. The implication? Art imitating a private fantasy. Courts will decide if those screenshots, some allegedly reading, "You are the rose. No straight man walks with you unless he wants to F you and I would F you," are genuine evidence or doctored bait. Still, the behavior rings eerily close to Brandon Jay's sudden make-your-character-gay experience, and to Katt Williams' broader claims about who's forced to put on the dress before climbing the ladder. Coincidence? Or a breadcrumb trail nobody pieced together until now? And if breadcrumbs weren't enough, another actor brought an audio recorder to the feast. In late 2023, All the Queen's Men star Christian Keys went live on Instagram, saying a billionaire kept showing up with creepy offers.
This person is a predator, and he's one of several. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. The receipts, the recordings, down to the police department, and let them hear this individual, the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me 100 grand to take my clothes off. He said, "I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked."
Like a $100,000 payout just to strip naked while he watched. Keys claimed he even recorded the visit and handed the audio to police, refusing to name the predator but hinting, "You'll know exactly who it is when you hear him." Fans did the math. Billionaire, Atlanta connections, and a history of offering roles? The internet pointed straight at Perry. Keys never confirmed, perhaps avoiding legal blowback, but his story amplified the casting couch narrative until it felt impossible to ignore. At that point, celebrities started choosing sides. Rapper-turned-producer 50 Cent posted a meme of himself and Perry captioned, "Did that biatch just say what I think he said?" A half-joking, half-loyal swipe defending his friend. Meanwhile, social media roasted the Protect Black Kings slogan, arguing real protection means shielding victims, not reputations. Some see the lawsuit's timing, just weeks before Perry's new Taraji P. Henson thriller crushes box office charts, as a calculated hit job. Others counter that big releases are exactly when alleged predators expect accusers to stay quiet. In the court of public opinion, the verdict oscillates daily. Hero, villain, or complicated genius with unchecked impulses. But the real question isn't whose team you're on, it's how power rewrites reality. Katt Williams predicted it. Challenge the system and they'll stamp you as unstable. Dave Chappelle turned down $50 million and instantly got painted crazy. Mariah Carey signed a record-breaking deal. 3 months later, tabloids declared her in meltdown. Martin Lawrence, with cameras rolling, ran into traffic screaming, "They're trying to kill me," only for networks to reduce it to a punchline. Dixon's critics already lean on that script. He's bitter, broke, chasing clout. But Dixon reported to the EEOC in 2024, long before filing, suggesting patience, not panic. Whether he wins or loses, Hollywood's habit of gaslighting dissenters is on the docket as much as the man himself. And that leads us to the edge of the stage, where reputation meets reckoning. Perry brushed off the suit with a porch swing video, humming, "He's got the whole world in his hands," telling followers to stay calm and don't overthink. That laid-back response soothed some fans. To critics, it felt like a billionaire betting on the old playbook: charm, charity, and an army of lawyers. The studio keeps filming, the box office keeps ringing, and Hollywood power brokers are famously hesitant to exile a proven cash machine. But scandals once dismissed as enemy attacks have toppled moguls before. See Weinstein, see Cosby. Audiences finally believe smoke usually signals fire.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. Hey, I'm just sitting here on my porch just looking. What am I looking at? I'm looking to the hills from whence cometh my help. For my help? Some of y'all know the rest. I just wanted to come on and just tell everybody, just be as calm as you can.
Tyler Perry's genius is undisputed. His studio gave thousands of black creatives jobs. His scripts made church mothers weep, and his rags to riches journey inspired millions. Yet the same empire now faces questions no uplifting narrative can sweep away. Maybe the allegations collapse under scrutiny. Maybe they ignite a cultural bonfire. Either way, one truth remains. Fame and power don't erase accountability, they only delay it. So ask yourself, are we witnessing the fall of a kingdom built on silent compromises, or another episode of celebrity trial by rumor? Until a courtroom answers, keep your eyes open, because the next revelation might be more shocking than the last, and Hollywood's glitter can never hide the whole script forever. So who's gonna be the next person in the limelight? Please like and subscribe for more of the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see you all in the next one.